Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
Hi, I'm Rena.
And this is what we backed in July. Going over the games we backed in July. I didn't hesitate again. I'm so proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you. It's funny because I could not remember what month it was.
I've been getting better at just leaning into it and like actually trying to understand what month it is, which next will work on my kids' names and ages and we'll be good to go. These are the games we backed in July. As usual, more specifically, these are the games that have an end date in July. So they're games that, if it's an active campaign right now and it's about to end soon, it doesn't count that. Anything that has an end date in July, although apparently sometimes I get them slightly wrong, and they're off by a day or two, in which case they'll be in the wrong month, in which case it'll confuse you, but that's okay.
Or they end like August 1st.
That's usually when I get it off by a day and they end the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh, it ends in July, and they're like, it actually ends August 3rd. Yeah, exactly. In any case, the usual way this one works is we go through, or I go through the games that I wanted to back. It's not going over all the Kickstarters, it's going over the Kickstarters and GameFound campaigns that I wanted to back, and then going through which ones I actually did end up backing from those. All of these, though, are ones I'm interested in, although interested could mean anything from passing interest to really heavily thought about it, to picking up at retail, to any of those conversations, but they are all games I would like to get at some point in some way, shape, or form, and the question is, what did I do right now? And with that, we're going to go ahead and start this off. We have 12 games that we backed, 12 games that we are going over today.
How many did you back?
And starting off with the first one, I backed 4 of them. 4 of the 12.
I have a 1 in...
You have a 1 in 3rd chance. If you just say no to everything, you'll be 66% right.
There you go.
Starting off the bat with Amun-Re 20th edition.
Amun-Re?
Is it Amun-Re? I did this in my video. Here's the way my video went, okay? There's Ra, which is R-A, isn't it?
Yes.
And then there's R-E, which is also Ra? Does that seem reasonable? When I was doing this in my whole, like, you know, Kickstarters, to back or not to back, I had this exact question. I went on a, I don't know, minute and a half long rant about the fact that it's probably Amun-Ra, but it's also Amun-Re, and I don't really know, and why would you spell it differently? That's completely illogical, unlike the English language, which is very logical and spells all words the same, like 2 and 2. Why would you spell 2 different ways? 3 different ways. I know that.
2, 2, and 2.
Yeah, I know. And they're all spelled differently, and they all sound the same, so maybe this is another... I went on a whole rant. No one said a word about my rant. I didn't get any clarification. I didn't get anyone correcting me. They just ignored my rant, which sounds more reasonable.
I before E.
Except after C.
Except in neighbor and way. And throughout May.
And throughout May, and something and slay, and all those things. And Amun-Ra, I guess? I'm going to go with Amun-Ra, and I'm going to call it a day. Amun-Re, the 20th anniversary edition from Alley Cat Games. This one is a bidding game. It's a bidding game which you're going to be trying to bid over plots of land to get as much done as possible to make deliveries and to build up various things. And you're trying to, this has a bidding mechanism where you're going to be outbid on various tracks. So as I bid, I'm trying to get something, but you can go higher than me, but then I have to move to another track. So it's pushing people around. It has a bunch of modules. This is a 3rd edition of the game. They have a bunch of modules added in, the new content for the game, as well as new art. And that's basically what I have so far.
I think you backed it.
I did not back it. Wow.
Hey, you like this game. You've played this game.
I have not played this game.
You haven't? Oh. The other one.
The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Ra.
Yeah.
It's spelled R-A.
I know.
It's pronounced Ray. Like from Star Wars.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Fine, I take it back. You did not back this one.
I feel bad. Should we count that against her? I feel bad. Because that makes sense, because you know I like Ra.
I know you love a game that is very similar to this game.
And Ra has a bidding mechanism, too.
I know.
And it's also Egyptian themed.
I know. Just incidentally, 2 words that are also spelled the same, spelled differently that sound the same.
No, and no. Are there 3 no's or 2 no's? There's like to know something?
Yep.
No, you can't have that?
Yep.
There's only 2 no's.
There's only 2 no's.
Okay. Anyways, Amun-Ra, I will try not to count this against her because I feel that was a little mean. Unintentionally mean. It wasn't intentionally mean, but yeah. Okay. Anyways, I did not back this one. The short version is, if you look very carefully down the street over there, you can see a box that says Amun-Re. Do you see it? It's the second copy over, third game down. Do you need glasses?
I do. Oh, there it is, yes.
Amun-Ra. So I have the last edition of the game, and I have not played...
I wasn't crazy. I knew you had one.
No, but I like Ra. I haven't played Amun-Ra. Amun-Re. Yeah. Anyways, I have not played it, and my deal with myself was pretty simple. I was going to try to get it played before the Kickstarter finished, and if I played it, then great, and if not, well, didn't back it. Didn't back it.
All right. Next one.
Anyways, number 2 is going to be Burncycle. Burncycle from Chip Theory Games.
You love this game.
Do I, though?
I don't know.
Anyways, Burncycle.
No, I'm just going to second guess myself.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, your instincts are actually normally correct, you just got the title and things wrong.
So spelled the same.
Burncycle from Chip Theory Games, the giant orange box to your left.
See?
Who said I played it? Exactly. Burncycle is a stealth-based game in which you're going to... And this is new content. This is the original game plus new content. It's got new content for the game. It has... what's it called? It has a new corporation, 4 new robots, and a bunch of expansion content that was all the Kickstarter exclusive, the Game Hunt exclusives.
It.
Are you asking me or telling me?
It's on this side of the room.
Okay, well, the tricky part, just to throw you off, you are correct that that shelf I have played, but if you move over one shelf to your right, I haven't played those. It's very confusing. The 2 left shelves over here are games I like. The 3 rightmost shelves are games I haven't played yet.
I know that.
Okay, great. Then you're good. I played it.
Yeah, see, you backed this one.
I did back it.
Ha!
I did back it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I shouldn't have backed it, to be very clear. I will not be playing Burncycle anywhere near enough to justify needing the new content, but once I like a game, and I do very much like the game, I do allow myself the, being illogical. And the bots I'll probably use. I will use the bots. And I probably will use the bots, will use the corporation, I just don't need them. I have plenty of content, and I don't know if I need any of that, or I should say, I know I don't need any of it. But yeah, I love Burncycle. It's a great game. Almost anything by Burncycle, almost anything by Chip Theory Games is an almost guaranteed insta-back.
That was the next thing.
Yeah, that's the trick over there. Chip Theory Games, I back almost everything, and so yes, I backed Burncycle, New Recruits, and Series Reprint. Which brings us to the Button Shy Reprint campaign, June 2022. This is a bunch of Button Shy games. More specifically, there were 6 Button Shy games in this campaign. If we scroll down to find out, that's a good question. We have all 6 games and their expansions. We have Spaceship, we have Wonder Tales, we have Mint Julep, we have Tides, we have Ragemore, we have Revolver Noir, and Spaceship. 6 Button Shy games. These are reprints. These are not new games.
Do you own any of them?
I do not own any of them. I have played Ragemore.
Because you love Button Shy games.
Perhaps.
You do.
Okay.
You play with them all the time.
And?
I just don't know if it's worth $80 to you.
It's a great question. Is it worth $80 to me?
I should really get one of these things and I can...
Flick a coin.
How about I go with you backed it?
I did not back it.
Why not?
I
love these games.
So the only
they
one
make you so happy.
The only one I was tempted by was Spaceship. Ragemore is possibly my least favorite Button Shy game that I've ever played. It's the only one I've played from these, and I find their reprint campaigns that Button Shy has done a lot of games, and some of them I really, really love, and others are totally okay, and I find most of them are actually totally okay. Going back to their already existing games that fall into the category of being more on the totally okay side but don't have amazing ratings, I have the self-control to say no to those. When it's a new game, and it's a new one, and there's no real ratings around, and it looks so compelling, then I tend to be a little bit more willing to dive into them because like maybe it'll be the next great Button Shy game. But a lot of their older games are merely okay. Circle Wagons is amazing. Skulls of Sedlick is even better.
I know.
But anyways, yeah, this is all 6 games. I did not back any of them. They had a few add-ons as well, but all stuff I already have or don't care about.
Look how cute it is.
They're adorable. It's actually very, very boring. It's just the same exact wallet. You could do 7 games, and guess what the graphic would be? Smaller 7 hands. Anyways, moving on to Colossus by Alone Edition. Colossus by Alone Edition is a solo game, a solo puzzle of overlaying cards. You have a specific Colossus that you're trying to fight against. You have to achieve certain symbols, and you're going to be overlaying cards over each other trying to match patterns, because the goal is you have to try to achieve the specific patterns you need to defeat the Colossus, and this is one of those games that has specifically you have to lay cards over other cards as you attempt to scale and defeat the Colossus.
It's a very complicated month.
It's very complicated. It's been very hard on you so far.
I know.
Yeah, very, very hard on you.
I think you backed this one.
Did not back this one.
This is a bad one.
Primarily because this looks like it has the complexity and interest of a Button Shy game, but it has the price point of two times the Button Shy game.
I know, but it's a solo game, it's deck building, and it's a puzzle game.
It's not deck building. Not deck building.
It
says deck building.
It literally says deck building.
I don't think it means deck building the way I mean deck building, or maybe it does mean deck building, and I just didn't know how to play it at that level. Yeah, I was intrigued by this one. I wasn't intrigued enough to spend twice the price of Button Shy game. I think it's the kind of game that I would enjoy it and not really care about it that much. Although maybe I would love it. Who knows?
I'll get one eventually. I got one so far.
You got 1 right, yes. You have 1, well, we just won't count. You have 1 right and 2 wrong, so not going great for you.
I know.
We have Company of Heroes. Yeah. Company of Heroes board game second edition. This is going to be a reprint and new content for Company of Heroes, which is a giant, epic, miniatures-based war skirmish game with tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of things. Okay?
I don't think you backed this one.
Are you guessing, or do you want more information?
No, I don't think you backed it.
I did not back it. Why did you guess that?
Because you have so many of these style games.
Oh, yeah, that usually stops me.
Sometimes it does.
This time it did.
There you go.
The reason it stopped me this time around is because Company of Heroes, first of all, I don't love World War II themed games. I'm not against them. I will play them. I'm not against them. I will play them. But Blitzkrieg does not pull me in because of the theme. It pulls me in despite the theme.
That's fair.
I prefer the theme of Caesar significantly over Blitzkrieg. But yeah, Company of Heroes. You haven't played Caesar yet. I need to get you Caesar. Wow. Company of Heroes is one that the theme doesn't pull me in. The amount of content there is to go all in on this is significant, and I tend to like going all in. And so once I can't go all in, I am more incentivized to be semi-responsible and just not get anything at all, unless I really, really, really wanted it, and I didn't really, really, really want it. I think it's a great game. I'm happy to play it at some point in the future, but that someday in the future is just not this moment in time right now. From there we have Cyberpunk 2077. The Gangs of Night City, the board game.
Don't you like this game?
I don't know. Do I like this game?
I can't keep track. Do you know how many games you had that have a word followed by a number this month?
17.
No, we've only gone through like 6.
Cyberpunk 2077. Gangs of Night City, the board game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions? Anything else you want to know? Anything at all?
I mean, the fact that you apparently don't know anything about this game is
I haven't told you anything with the game.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Cyberpunk 2077 is Kamon's latest game, in which...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, cool. This is going to be an area control game, themed off the video game, in which basically you have miniatures all around the map over here, and you're going to be trying to take control of various neighborhoods. Ultimately, the goal is to get a certain amount of points, but there's a story mode in which how you get points. What?
You backed it.
Of course I backed it.
Okay.
Cyberpunk 2077, I really enjoyed this one. I do not back all Kamon games, but I back like 95% of them.
So you back quite a few of them. It's very rare when you don't.
Yeah, it is very rare when I don't. So this is a safe choice, but yes, I definitely did back this one. I very much enjoyed it. Very excited to dive into more content and see where this game goes. I believe my main thing with this one is I really, really enjoyed it. Not as much as games like Blood Rage or, I don't know, Rurik or Inish, but I enjoyed it a lot, and it played in almost consistently around an hour and 20 minutes. So it's very short while being a deep enough experience for the playtime at the same time. 90 to 120. Yeah, we didn't even get close to 120, although there are story modes, so it could go longer. But anyways, that's Cyberpunk 2077, an easy back. From there, we have one that will be fun for you. Dice Throne Santa versus Krampus. If you did not back this,
I will be very upset with you.
It's Santa versus Krampus. You want Santa-themed Dice Throne? For context, we're religious Jews, and so we don't really do the whole Christmas thing, so I'm curious, do you want Santa versus Krampus? Yeah, I got Santa versus Krampus. Of course I backed it. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're not into Santa Claus, but we're not against him.
This looks hilarious!
It's Santa versus Krampus.
Looks so cute.
I don't even know who Krampus is.
I don't
Just
either.
for context. I've never heard of Krampus in my life.
Assuming someone who's grumpy?
And that isn't, like, I know the Grinch. The Grinch,
The
that's
Grinch,
what I know.
I know that one.
Yeah, it's all the movies, but stuff. I don't recall a Krampus movie, but who knows. But yeah, it's basically just more Dice Throne characters. There's 2 more Dice Throne characters. They give you the various miniatures
for... What the reindeer do.
What did the reindeer do? Oh, there's reindeer. That's adorable. Yeah, it's just more. It's more Dice Throne. Honestly,
they're real.
Just like Burncycle, there's no way on earth we need this. We currently have all Season 1, Season 2. We have Adventures. We have Marvel Dice Throne. We have Santa vs. Krampus. And yeah, now
we will
have Santa vs. Krampus. We don't need any of this stuff, but it does look fun, and it's more Dice Throne. Yeah. So yes, we did back this.
So far, you have backed 3 games.
I have backed 3 games.
Uh-huh.
Which means there's only 1 more that I backed from all these.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
I can do math.
What are the remaining games? Because I'm trying to figure out which one I backed.
That far. You don't remember what you backed?
I'm pretty sure I got this. It
would be really funny if you accidentally only backed 3.
That's what I'm wondering right about now.
That would be really funny.
Anyways, moving on to Globetrotting from Road to Infamy Games. This is one that basically involves, it's a roll and write game with an actual globe.
You did not back this one.
That was quick. Are you in any way going to go further than that, or?
No, you didn't back it.
Based on what?
You told me you didn't.
Did we do this last month? Did we accidentally cover this twice?
I don't think we accidentally covered this twice. I think I came down when you were looking at it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I was like, oh my god, it looks so cool. And you're like, but you have to build a globe. And you said you weren't backing it.
No, so my thing was I didn't see the actual gameplay that was specifically compelling. And more importantly, the price point for like $70 for a gimmick that I think is very cutesy. But listen, this is the kind of game that I'm more than happy to pick up when the reviews come in. And the reviews are all like, oh my gosh, it's amazing, it's incredible, it's great, I can't believe it, whatever. I'll pick it up. This happened with Canvas. I skipped on Canvas on the same creator. And because I thought Canvas did not look interesting enough. And then people said it was great. And we like Canvas a lot. And if that happens here, I will happily pick it up. I wasn't confident that this was more than a gimmick. But I was wrong about Canvas, to be very clear. My lack of confidence about Canvas has me very unconfident.
You skip to something else before you get you.
Before you get, yeah. Listen, it's a roll in my game with a very interesting gimmicky aspect to it, and I'm more than happy to pick it up if people say it's amazing. Otherwise, for right now, I'm more than happy to pass on it.
Interesting, it's a wet erase marker.
A wet erase? Probably because of the glass? I don't know.
No, because if you're moving it all the way over, back and forth, if it's a dry erase, your hands will smudge your line.
I don't know enough about marker types to know. But I hear you. I respect that. Yeah, totally. But that's Globetrotting. Looked very compelling. Also had a price tag that made me want to be certain, and I was not certain. From there we have Helsinki. Helsinki Deluxe from Queen Games. Helsinki is a polyomino game of trying to complete rows and build out the city of Helsinki. You're going to be trying to draft polyominoes from the central region. These various cards will give you polyomino shapes. You're putting the polyominoes down onto your center. I'm trying to find a better picture of a board here. You're putting the polyominoes onto your center board, creating rows and getting bonuses as you go. And that's what I have so far.
See, you don't sound very confident.
In
But
what?
it's a polyomino game.
In what?
Your explanation.
I hear you.
I think you backed it.
I did not back it.
Why?
Because this is the spiritual
Polyomino.
successor. This is the spiritual successor to Copenhagen. Wait, hold up. We did not play Copenhagen. I have it on the shelf, waiting to play, and I have not played it in who knows
What's
how
the
long.
giant one? with all
We
the
played
pieces?
Copenhagen Roll and Write.
Yes.
We didn't play the full game of Copenhagen.
No.
And I want to play the full game of Copenhagen.
You can do that.
I didn't feel the need to get Helsinki until we played the full game of Copenhagen.
Trying to...
So that was my thing. I want the game. I just...
What's the other game we played that was really large box, very heavy? It had large pieces.
You need way more context there.
It was also a polyomino style game.
Foundations of Rome.
That one.
That's delightful.
It's a great
I love Foundations of Rome. Moving on to the next one, which is going to be, when it loads, we have the Grand Carnival expansion. The Grand Carnival expansion and reprint. Speaking of polyomino games, there's another polyomino game. The Grand Carnival is a polyomino game.
You didn't back this one.
Based on?
We played the Grand Carnival.
And?
We were only okay with the Grand Carnival, so why would you get the expansion?
Because I literally own the Grand Carnival and like it.
Oh. Did you back this one?
I think you were only okay with Grand Carnival, apparently.
Did you back it?
Of course I backed it.
Really?
I love the Grand Carnival. Carnival.
I don't think I like this one.
Apparently, that's what I'm finding out. I thought this was an easy win for you.
I didn't like the Grand Carnival. I thought you got rid of it a long time ago.
Apparently, Mina doesn't like the Grand Carnival, and I'll be playing this with Ricky instead. It's right there on the shelf. Kept it for a while. In fact,
Where?
the biggest thing, you can't see it from your angle.
No.
You have to pick up your head and
That's
drop.
funny.
But it's right there. The biggest thing I said about it at the time when I reviewed it, actually, was the fact that I wanted an expansion for the game. I felt it was really good, but I wanted a drop more. If I recall correctly, you didn't love the whole foundation first aspect.
No.
Yeah, but I liked it.
I'm happy that you liked it.
I didn't remember that you didn't like it until this moment in time.
Clearly.
I thought you liked it.
Well.
I will find other people to play this game with. Is there a
Not
solo
hard.
mode? No, I don't need a solo mode. Ricky will play this one
Ricky
with
will
me.
play this one. Tavi
Ricky
will
enjoyed
play
this
it.
one a
Tavi
lot.
will play it with you.
Tavi will totally play this with me. Oh my gosh, you would love this one. But yeah, this gives you a whole bunch of new things to the game. It gives you new foundations, new tiles, new various larger tickets, a bunch of new cards. I think there was a clown module as well.
Ooh.
That's the horror module. But yeah, that's the Grand Carnival, which I totally backed, which also means the next two games are going to be fairly boring, apparently.
Apparently.
I need to make sure to be mindful of the
You
fact...
need to start mixing up your games.
I need to mix it up when it's not the second to last. But anyways, the next up, we have Snapships Tactics Constructible Miniatures game.
What's funny is that
This
I
is the one you
totally
would have guessed?
I would have guessed, considering how many snapshots we had purchased.
So I was going to say, this is one that I did not back. I had the prototype, and my kids loved playing with it, and it was a lot of fun to build stuff up. And then I played the game, and I liked the game, but also it's not my genre of game. I don't like miniature, hex-based or ruler-based war games with missiles firing through space. It's very much a miniature style of game, which is not my go-to genre. And so while it was fun, it wasn't fun enough for me to go ahead and back it. On the other hand, we did go ahead and purchase a whole bunch more snapships on Amazon to get my kids more snapships. So this was a prototype that cost me money to go ahead and cover. Yeah, that's Snapship Tactics. Snapship Tactics, this is going to be, it's a lot of fun, but not my genre, and so I didn't back the game, but I did get more miniatures. And then lastly, we have Summit, Sanity, and Big Box from Inside Up Games. Summit is a mountain climbing themed game, a game of climbing the mountains and basically climbing mountains.
You like climbing mountains.
I like climbing mountains, but so Summit is a game. I mean, there's a reason it's here. The reason it's here is because I was interested in the game.
I'm aware.
And I've heard generally good things about the game. But I also haven't heard enough as to the specific reasons why I should actually play it. I just know it's a well-rated game, and nothing about the game itself seems to call to me or compel to me. I just like the theme, and it's well-liked, and so I kind of want to back it, but again, I'm trying to be responsible. Part of the whole conversation here is trying to back fewer games from all these games over here. And so I wanted it, but passed on it ultimately. Also, the all-in was like 200. What's
That's
funny?
It's going to take another year for the
Before?
Carnival Kickstarter expansion to come.
And
You're probably going to forget that I don't like it by then.
And
you'll be really excited when it comes, and you're going to be like, look what came. And I'll be like, I still don't like this
that
game.
might happen. That might happen. But I think this memory right now is fairly inscribed into my mind.
Uh-huh.
In any case, that's basically it. Shorter video this past month. But we're up to the usual part, which is from these 4 games, if I could only back one, which would I have backed?
You skipped the 3. Oh, because there's only 12.
There's Burncycle. There's this one. What do you mean? I was giving Burncycle. We have Burncycle.
Burncycle,
We have
Cyberpunk.
We have Cyberpunk 27. We have
Yeah.
Dice Throne, and we have the Grand Carnival.
I think Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077 is the answer. Yes. Basically, Burncycle is great, but Burncycle is more content for a game that I don't need more content for. Dice Throne is great, but it's more content for a game I don't need more content for. The Grand Carnival is apparently not getting played no matter what, so why would I back that one? And then we have Cyberpunk 2077, which is the one that is most standout. Actually, I did consider picking the Grand Carnival because I thought Grand Carnival would be played a lot more because of it, but ultimately Cyberpunk 2077 is the one that I went with if I could only back one game.
There you go.
And that's it. That's the month. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
Hey, Rena.
And I hope you have a good one.